Yeah, good evening, everybody. Yes, this is a message for my tennis fans all around the world, and especially this is a message for Carlos Alcaraz, Garcia, whatever your name is called. If you want to be considered great, this is a message for you. If you want to be considered great, because I rate you a very, very good player right now. If you want to be considered great next year, 2024 season, you cannot allow Novak Djokovic to win another Grand Slam title. That's my message for you. Because I'm not talking about Daniel Medvedev, I'm not talking about Stefano Tsitsipas, I'm not talking about Olga Rune, I'm not talking about Rafael Nadal, who's going to be coming back from injury. But for you, because I know after 2024 season, I believe Novak Djokovic is going to be done. He's not going to be playing tennis anymore. That's my own personal belief. I believe he might be competitive for 2025 season, but no, who cares at that time anymore? If you want to be considered great, because I know from there on, except there is another challenge that comes after, none of them really have a talent like you. They cannot match you power for power, strength for strength, style for style. You are all better than them. You can easily win 3 Grand Slam every single year if you choose to, if you want to, if you have the desire to do it. The way you lost against Daniel Medvedev in this US Open Championship, that was embarrassing. And the game you played against Djokovic in the Cincinnati final, that was embarrassing. You're supposed to have run away with that game 2-0. You kept on making so many mistakes. Let me tell you something about greatness. You have to take a copy from Djokovic. He was not talented like Roger Federer. He was not talented, or more so like, let's say, Rafael Nadal. But he has to work his ass off to be considered the greatest tennis player of all time. But for you, Carlos Alcaraz, if Djokovic can be able to replicate this season what he did, winning 3 Grand Slam title in 2024 season, then for sure you cannot be considered from there on as a great player. It's your duty now to make sure it doesn't reach 25 Grand Slam title next year. So my advice for you, I pray you have a good health. I pray you don't get injured in 2024 season, that you are all healthy throughout the whole of the season. But you cannot, I repeat, allow Novak Djokovic to win another Grand Slam title. Because if you want to be considered the greatest later in life, I believe you are the only one who can replicate a calendar Grand Slam. I think you can do it before another person comes to rival you in future, in 3 or 4 years from now. But your mission now is not to allow Novak Djokovic to win another Grand Slam title. That's my message for you. You got to be angry the next time you play him, and make sure you do not lose to all these fringe players who you know they are going to lose against him in the final. That's my message for you. I hope you take it to heart. Sorry, excuse me. I hope this message gets to you, Carlos Alcaraz. So you cannot, if you want to be considered the GOAT of tennis in 10 or 15 years from now, bearing health issue, you cannot allow Novak Djokovic to win another Grand Slam title in 2024 season. The one he won in this US Open, that should be his last. That should be his last. I'm not talking about Medvedev. He doesn't have. That was a lucky win he did against you. You cannot allow to be taken out of a Grand Slam by any of those players by injury. It's not supposed to happen. You are more talented and you need to be more consistent. Thank you very much. Bye bye.